I think I first want to just say, first thank you to the Golden Knights and the Golden Knights Foundation for allowing me to open up about this. And, it's something I wanted to do. I mean, it's something that, a lot of guys have gone through, but, nobody's really, spoken out about it. And it was an honor to be able to, hear from some of the fans and, hear some stories about what everyone's going through, and everyone has their own battles. And, it was just kind of an honor to be able to share mine and, kind of relate to, a lot of kids that are going through a lot worse things. I was at that Tyler Robinson Foundation, the gala that we had, and, hearing some of those stories about what some of those kids go through is nothing like mine. But, if I can just bring some awareness to this one little thing, that's what I'm trying to do. So.
What went into the decision to, share your story so publicly?
I think it was something I talked to with my agent. He said, it could be good advocate for it, and just to try and just open up. I'm not normally one of the guys that's very open about a lot of things, but I think it was an important time, and being able to the way that I found out and how lucky I was, it was definitely a factor in that.
Is that kind of how you view yourself, as lucky?
Definitely. I think, the way this season unfolded and going over the World Championships and, failing that drug test and, the result that came of it, I was extremely lucky.
Shea, how are you today?
Feel good. The doctors have got a close watch on me, and I've done all the tests, and, I'm ready to go for camp. Yeah, I feel good.
You used the phrase butterfly effect when describing, again, how lucky you were. Does your mind ever wander in terms of if this team went further down the postseason, if you didn't get to Team Canada, stuff like that?
It's crazy. I mean, I think when you look at it like that, it's not something anyone can write up, and not anyone can plan for. I strongly believe after what happened last year that everything happens for a reason, and I was very fortunate to find out that way, I guess.
Did they ever give any indication? I know you said you're in full recovery, but did they ever give any indication of the possibility it may come back?
It may. At the same time, right now I've got probably the best doctors you can possibly get, kind of watching everything. I've done numerous scans and blood work, and they're on top of it, and it's something that could happen, but at the same time, I could really not have to worry about it. So we'll see.
What's the emotional support been like? We got to hear from a couple of your teammates today, just talking about how happy they are for you and to have you around.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hearing from all the guys, and they're so supportive all summer. I know I broke the news to them kind of before I went into the surgery, and that everything was going to be fine, and they've been great over this whole process.
You mentioned Phil Kessel kind of went through the same thing, and just how much have you talked to him since the surgery and kind of keep that communication line?
Haven't talked to him much. I know he's with my agency, so my agency they got him to reach out and send a little message, and it was good to hear from him. A guy who went through the same thing a number of years ago now, and just to hear from him, it was pretty cool.
We've gotten to meet your parents, and your dad is a real happy-go-lucky guy. What was it like relaying this news to your parents and to your girlfriend?
Yeah, it was tough. Obviously, anytime, it's not really the news that anyone's really expecting, and it was tough. But the way that I found out, and how early it came about was definitely very lucky, and that definitely eased a lot of the concerns.
Just on the hockey side, you had a fantastic World Championships. Elaine Vigneault said you were the best defenseman for Canada in the tournament. How do you take that and build onto that for your regular season here with Vegas?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Being able to go over there with Stoney and Marchie, and being able to play with some of the top guys around the league and represent your country, it was an honor. And I thought I played well, and it was a good chance to kind of showcase yourself on the big ice, and to a different extent.
Do you expect to skate tomorrow? Do you think, or when? When do you expect to be back out on the ice?
I'm not sure what coach has for me. It's kind of just a day-to-day thing, but as far as what I went through in the summer, everything's good. I'm fully recovered and ready to participate.
So this is more, he said, just a little behind perhaps in your training over the summer, and so that's the reason you didn't skate today, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long process over the summer with the surgery and recovering, and you know, this is kind of a chance where I can maybe catch up a little bit more in the gym, and you know, and kind of focus on that leading into the season. I mean, we're still a little bit away from opening night, so I've got some time there, but it's just good to be back around the guys, and you know, good to be back in the locker room.
After a summer like this, are you just excited to kind of get it behind you and get back to hockey?
Exactly. I think, you know, once the article came out, it was kind of like weight off my shoulders. It was quite the process, you know, getting that organized, and you know, having all those thoughts go into that piece. But you know, to have that out there, and you know, being able to move forward with that, I think that's what I was looking forward to. So, thanks, guys.
Did the thought of like family? I mean, obviously, like, let's be frank, like, you know, we're dealing with something that could potentially affect your ability to, you know, have a family. Did that cross your mind, and have you heard whether that affects you at all?
Yeah, obviously that was one of my first questions going to the doctor. But you know, he wasn't worried about it. I'm a young guy. You know, there's lots of cases, you know, that are similar, but you know, I'm not worried about that. So.
Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.